Hello everyone. In this video we'll be discussing about the core difference between hashing and encryption. So the main difference between hashing and encryption is that hashing is an irreversible process, whilst encryption can be reverted back. What I mean to say is that in hashing, when we hash a plain text, a human readable text, we obtain an unreadable ciphertext. And that ciphertext, no matter what, cannot be decrypted or cannot be reverted back to the original text that it was. Whilst in encryption, the ciphertext that we obtain after encrypting the plain text, that ciphertext can be reverted back using a key, a public key or a private key, depending upon the type of encryption used. So let's talk a little bit more about hashing. Hashing uses different hash functions such as MD5, RIPE-MD, SHA-series, SHA-0, SHA-1, SHA-2, and all of these differ mainly on the basis of their output bit size. In hashing, whenever the input is changed, even slightly, even by a bit, the output bits have a 50% chance of changing. So it is very useful in integrity checks. Now I'll be demonstrating a MD5 sum or MD5 checksum of some text, some random text, and I'll show you how even a slight change in the input to the MD5 checksum will generate a huge difference in the output. So we'll start by echoing hello, full stop, and we'll pipe this hello to the MD5 checksum generator, MD5 sum. So we get a hash which is 256 bits, that is 32 bytes. Now if we were to remove the full stop from the end of hello, we will see how it affects the message digest. So we can see that just by removing a full stop from the end of hello, the message digest which we receive after MD5 sum is completely different from what we got when we used a full stop. And there is no way that this MD5 digest can be reverted back to hello. So to crack this, what hackers or what people who need to crack this for some reason, not saying that you should, what they do is that they take a whole bunch of words and sentences and then they MD5 sum or whatever, SHA-1, SHA-2 or whatever format that this hashing algorithm was. They hashed all of those words one by one, all of those sentences one by one, and then they match it with this string. Now moving on to encryption. Encryption is basically of two types, symmetric encryption and asymmetric encryption. Symmetric encryption uses the same key both to encrypt and decrypt the plain text, whilst asymmetric encryption uses a different key, a public key and a private key. The private key is used to encrypt the message, and the owner of the message never shares the private key with anyone. And the public key is given out to the public or whoever the owner wants to give it to, and the message encrypted with the private key can only be decrypted using the corresponding public key. So this kind of gives an integrity check also that nobody else with some other key can decrypt a message encrypted by a certain private key. This algorithm is used in a lot of places. Diffie-Hellman and then AES, DSA, any public key infrastructure algorithm, the certificates which sites obtain, all of them use this same algorithm. Now I'll be using GPG, which stands for GNU Privacy Guard, to show you how symmetric encryption works. I won't be demonstrating asymmetric encryption, but I will be showing you AES 256, which is a symmetric encryption. So let's get started. So I'll be echoing some text into a file, and then I'll be encrypting the file using AES. So for encrypting the file, we'll be using GPG. See, it is asking us for a private key. So I'll just enter secret. And we are done. And when we check the directory, we have a new file, encryptme.txt.gpg format. Now we'll try to cat out the new GPG format file and see what we get. We just get some random crap which we cannot read. We'll try to use strings on it. and again we have nothing. So as we can see that this file is completely protected with the key which we entered, that was secret. Now if we try to decrypt the same file, since I did not use the batch command, GPG stored my password in a file it created, and so when I tried to decrypt the file, it automatically used that password and gave us the output. Now if you don't want this to happen, what you can do is remove the file and then while encrypting, give it the batch command. Let me just type the whole thing again, batch, and then you type symmetric. Cryptme.txt. If you also don't want to give the passphrase twice, so what you can do is you can just mention the passphrase also in this command. Sorry, my bad, it must be password. Oh, I see, I mistyped passphrase. Sorry, my bad. And now, since I have entered the batch command, GPG must have not stored my password. That was secret. So now if I try to decrypt it, GPG shouldn't automatically input the password because it does not have it. See, now we are being asked for the password, which is secret, and we have decrypted the file. Now you can give this GPG file to anyone, and without the password they won't be able to read the content in it. So in this video we saw the difference between hashing and encryption and the demonstration of both hashing and encryption. In hashing we saw the demonstration of a MD5 checksum file, and in encryption we saw the demonstration of AES 256, which is a default symmetric encryption used by GPG. So if you like this video, please share, like and subscribe. Also comment what you guys want to see, if I should post some new stuff and what I should post about. Thank you.